We will now move on to worst movies for 93. We've got Demolition Man. If you haven't seen that movie in a while, I recommend giving it a shot. Make sure you take a few shots before you do, or however you got to get through it. Taco Bell is like fine dining, which is supposed to be
Yes,
comical, and it's just,
Taco Bell.
Right.
They won. They won the fast food wars or whatever.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
Taco Bell rules all. Yeah, and the three seashells that you use to wipe your ass somehow.
Right.
They don't have toilet paper.
Mhm.
That
Nope.
shit was never explained.
Nope.
I'm happy that you're happy, but the place where you're supposed to have the toilet paper, you got this little shelf with three seashells on it.
He doesn't know how to use the three seashells.
No cursing, or you get fined.
Oh yeah,
Them even having sex is really weird. Like they put on headsets.
it's like a virtual reality thing.
Yeah, and it's just like weird colors and like shocking their brain. Another worst movie of 1993, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, Turtles in Time. Fucking terrible.
I think I watched that one the most out of those three movies.
Oh, you
I don't
poor
know
bastard.
why. I don't know why. I
You
just
li-
like that they went back to like feudal Japan and
Yeah.
samurais and stuff. So that was neat.
I mean, that was
I think
neat.
that's why I liked it.
Yeah, and for some reason they have like liver spots now. I don't understand that. I don't know what's going on with the Turtles costumes, but I think Jim Henson pulled the plug. Like, you're not going to use any more of our shit. You guys fucked it up in the second one. We'll move on to Pauly Shore continues his reign of terror with Son-in-Law.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw it, but I don't remember a thing about it. I don't really remember anything about Pauly Shore's movies.
It's so traumatic that your brain just
I
blocked
think,
it out.
I think something like that happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say it's so mediocre that you can't even recall it. You
Yeah,
know,
that too.
Could
Yeah.
be both.
could be both.
Mhm.
The Ham Bino from The Sandlot is in that movie.
Yeah.
It's really funny. Pauly Shore befriends this girl at college, and she goes back to her old farm town and brings him back from college back home to meet her parents and whatnot. And he just, he's an out of towner, fish out of water sort of deal where he's like this hippie guy and he's got to deal with milk and cows, and he still talks like a moron. His weasel shtick is now going on for the second year straight, and by this time I feel like it's reached its peak with Son-in-Law. I think that's the peak of his popularity, and from here on out, it's downhill for Pauly Shore. Another worst movie of '93, Weekend at Bernie's 2. They made a fucking sequel.
Oh, yeah, the
to
second
Weekend
one.
at Bernie's. I mean, the
Yeah,
plot alone of the first movie should be enough to. How does it even get greenlit? But now it's a
Yeah.
second one.
So does the second one just lead on from the first then?
Yeah.
Like okay, I was gonna say, like, how long has Bernie been dead? Is it like just basically a
no,
skeleton at this point?
No,
They just
isn't
dress
there
up in
isn't there
clothes.
isn't there voodoo magic
Yes.
involved
Yep.
that
Oh
like
my
reanimate
God.
him? Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, is it a trilogy? Please tell me. It's
No,
a
they
trilogy.
didn't. Yeah.
They ran out of cocaine for the
Yeah.
third one.
That series got buried 12 feet under.
like just like Bernie.
Another one we got, RoboCop 3. This-
Oh, he flies in that
He flies in that
Oh,
one,
no.
yes, and he
one.
like
He has a jetpack.
hangs out with people in the sewers, which is where most of the inhabitants of Detroit have moved to spruce up their living. Detroit just gets steadily worse. First, in those movies, it becomes almost comical. I mean, it's kind of tongue in cheek. The whole movie is potentially like that, but like RoboCop 3 is just, it's so ridiculous that
not good.
it's just not good. It's just not a good movie. I don't even think it's the same RoboCop from the first.
No,
movies.
it's not Peter Weller. It's Robert John Burke.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And my last worst movie for 1993, I think the worst movie. No, sorry, I got two more. Cop and a Half. Cop and a Half. Fucking Burt Reynolds and this little kid, and it's so. I mean, that
Cop
is.
and a half.
It's not
Oh
even.
my
It's such a
God.
shitty fucking movie, man. Holy hell. I don't really remember too much about it, but I have seen it in the past like 5 years once, and Burt Reynolds has got to watch out for this kid, and it's all part of this case that he's working on, and his kid wants to be a cop, and he's got to be like, no, kid, you can't be doing this. He's like, why aren't we going after the bad guys? He's like, no, because that's not how it works. No, I'm gonna do it. And he goes into this building. He's like, oh no, I've got to save the kid. He's gonna be in trouble. And then it's the whole thing. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole hour and 20 minutes.
Did you know that this movie
Hmm.
was directed by Henry Winkler?
No way.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, Jesus. The worst movie of 1993,
Oh
Uh,
boy.
Super Mario Brothers. I don't think without.
Oh,
without a question.
Yeah, that is
Without a question.
ugh.
93's Super Mario Brothers with John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins, and what's his name playing King Koopa
For some reason.
for some reason.
Yeah,
Dennis
God,
Hopper.
Yeah,
This movie's horrible, and it is. None of it makes any. I believe Bob Hoskins said they were drunk on set the whole time.
Oh man.
yeah. That whole movie is just like a fever dream nightmare. Just
Yeah.
it's all nonsense.
I saw it once a long fucking time ago. It was probably still in the 90s when I watched that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember we like my siblings and I we all liked that movie. We watched it multiple times as kids.
Yeah. I just.
But it does not hold up.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it's so terrible. I mean, the boots, the super jump boots or whatever it is, the plot, none of it makes any sense. Really shitty special effects. The shrinking head like lizard. None of yeah. It just have they ever seen fucking Mario? You'd think I can't say enough bad things about it.
Yeah.
Terrible fucking movie. So absolutely watch Super Mario Brothers. Worst movie of 1993.